Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Friday. I'm going to do a video here looking at QQQY from Evolve, comparison to HTAE from Harvest. Now, this idea was brought to me in a comment by Joe Hogan, 8234. So shout out to you, Joe Hogan. I think it's a good idea. These are two, pretty similar funds, and we're going to get into that right now. So one of the main similarities I noticed right away is their AUM is very, very close, but there's some differences too because HTAE, their holdings are much less with only 20 stocks. QQQY, so it tells you right here, QQQY, they get exposure to a portfolio of companies classed as technology out of the NASDAQ 100. And they do covered calls on up to 50%. Okay, so there's a difference in strategy and stock selection, it looks like. So let's quickly look at their holdings here. They've got like 40 something holdings. It says 88, but some of them are showing call options and stuff. So let's look at the main holdings on the first page. So their top weighted holding is Nvidia, then Broadcom, then Meta, Microsoft, Apple, they got Google, then Palantir, then AMD, and Intuit. Okay, so just to give you a quick idea of some of their main holdings, and we'll take a look at what HTA and HTAE hold. But other than that, their distributions also have been very steady, and actually their dividends has increased over the years too, which is always something nice to see because this ETF started trading in 2023 with a dividend of 21 cents a month. And in 2024, they raised it to 32. And here we are still at a solid 32. So that's really, really good to see. So QQQY, 90 million, 92 million AUM, 15.3% yield, and solid dividend history so far. So that's kind of just a quick summary on QQQY, and then we'll jump into HTAE. So this ETF, basically, it just holds the ETF HTA from Harvest. As it tells you here, it's looking to access a portfolio of large cap tech companies with enhanced monthly cash flow. So it's like a concentrated tech growth ETF with those monthly cash dividends. And that's exactly what HTAE does. So they're at almost 91 million AUM. Okay, they're a monthly payer, just like QQQY, 16-cent dividend, and their current yield is quite a bit lower at 11.5%. So when you look at their distributions here, they started in 22, 10 cents. 23, they moved it up to 13. 24, moved it to 15, and then 16 in 2025. So they've also got a good track record of dividend growth. Now, as far as their holdings, again, they're holding this fund here, which this is HTA, so this is their holdings. So we'll look at the first page and see some similarities, right? So we've got Oracle, Broadcom, Micron, Meta, Nvidia, Intuit, Microsoft, Texas Instruments, Applied Materials, Arista, right? So, there's definitely overlap in their stocks. QQQY does have more because this is concentrated with 20 holdings. So, what are my kind of initial thoughts on this? I own HTAE, and I've been happy with the dividends that have increased over time, the share price increase, all the rest. But got to say that QQQY, I think, offers a lot of those same things with a higher yield. So let's get into some of the returns and see what that covered call strategy and the yield really does, because HTAE uses 25% leverage, but there's covered calls only on like 30 or 33%, whereas QQQY doesn't use any leverage, but they're doing calls on up to 50%. So let's take a quick look at their share price here. So this is HTAE over the last day. Last 5 days are down 0.36. And let's look year to date. They're down 1.31. Okay, so that's just their share price, right? So QQQY. And this is QQQY from Evolve. Year to date, they're down 1.75. So they're on a very similar trajectory, it looks like. Now we'll do max share price, and their max share price growth since inception, they're up 21.6% just in their share price alone, not including dividends. And HTAE, they're up 63% on share price, which is very impressive, right? And they've also been paying those dividends all along the way. Now, again, guys, lower yields, they've got some higher share price growth, so you win some, you lose some kind of thing. But I plugged it into this chart here, and or I guess I will plug it into this chart, and we'll see what it has to say. So here we go. Since 2023, so what do we got here? So the total return on QQQY, 30.6, and this is with dividends reinvested. QQQY is beating HTAE, and I don't know if I really expected that. That's pretty awesome. And here's without dividends reinvested, still beating HTAE without dividends reinvested. But again, I mean, I just was looking at that share price, and it looked like just from the stock chart that HTAE would have been ahead without dividends. But this is also just going back 1.75 years. So this isn't going back, all time, because HTAE has been around just a little bit longer. But I think the winner's clear here, guys. QQQY is beating out HTAE, and what more can you really say? I think QQQY has a lot going for it. It's making me second guess my decision to go with HTAE, but again, I've been very happy with them. I don't know that you'd be unhappy with either one of these. I think they're both great choices, and you get a lot of really good big name holdings. But my personal thoughts now is that if I'm going with like a concentrated tech fund, I think HHIS would be the way to go, because you're getting a lot of those same large cap tech names, but you're also getting like those newer kind of volatile up and coming companies, or like crypto kind of related companies. So you're also getting a higher yield too. So anyways, guys, not advice, just my own thoughts. But quick video on QQQY and HTAE, and it does look like QQQY is coming out with a win on total return. So hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll catch you in the next video.